श्री हरि ओम तत्सत। चिता चिंता समाहियुक्तम बिंदु मात्र विशेषतः सजीवम दहते चिंता निर्जीवम दहते चिता। अर्थात के भनिएको छ भने चिन्ता र चिता यो दुईटा शब्दहरूमा हेर्नुहोस्, खालि एउटा अनुस्वार एउटा बिन्दुको मात्र फरक छ, त्यो दुईटाको मात्रै तफत छ। तर जो जीवित छ, जो शरीर जसको ठिकठाक छ, उसलाई कसले जलाउँछ त भने चिन्ताले जलाउँछ। र मृत्यु पश्चात यो पार्थिव शरीरलाई कसले जलाउँछ त भनेदेखि चितामा गएर जल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ। यो दुईटा शब्दको यहाँ अलिकति खेल गरिएको छ। चिता र चिन्ता, चिन्ताले जलाउँछ जीवितलाई, चिताले जलाउँछ मृतलाई। हो, यो चिन्ता भन्ने कहाँबाट उत्पन्न हुन्छ, किन हुन्छ? In this area, before one could try to unravel, try to demystify, maybe try to seek solution to this fact. What a piece of work is man. That is at this moment, at this time, to try to illustrate, try to maybe go into the something which is basic. Like the human body has got different parts, as you know, outward, inward. And regarding this now, what we are talking about is a complex series of biochemical, physiological or metabolic actions or series of actions which result in a way, in a certain way, which will guide, which will dictate our behavioral pattern. And this behavioral pattern can be, you might be very talkative, you might be very morose, you might feel very cheerful, or you might feel depressed. And worry is such a thing. Worry is such a thing, W-O-R-R-Y, worry. Worry is such a thing which comes constantly into our mind, same thing repeatedly coming and you thinking over again, you going back. So that is in the beginning I quoted that poem. Worry is the thing which burns when you are alive. Okay, let's start from the beginning, or try to tell. First of all, there is a thing called endocrine system in our body. There are neurotransmitters, there are hormones, there are several chemical mediators which constitute a complex spectrum of substances which are regulated, controlled, and the main controller, the chief controller of examinations, you might say something like that, which sits on the brain. Okay, it is in the brain, in the front part of the brain, at the base of the brain, the front part, it is called the pituitary or the pituitary gland. It has got two parts, divided into two parts anatomically, anterior and posterior. Actually, it is the master, it is the main controller which decides what to release when, and it will accordingly send messages. For example, the nearest one after this is the thyroid. Thyroid secretes thyroxine. Okay, and thyroxine is required for metabolism, good metabolism, growth related things. And if there is disbalance of thyroid in our body, we have symptoms of pain, we have symptoms of frightening attacks, we have symptoms of increased palpitation. And you know now this is very common here. People say, I have got thyroid. What are you suffering from? They say commonly, I have got thyroid. Of course you got thyroid, everyone got a thyroid. But when the thyroid level or the thyroxine level goes up or goes down, thyrotoxicosis or myxedema, and this thyroxine level has to be properly maintained. Then next, as you go further down in the abdomen, there is the kidney, there is the adrenal gland, and there is the pancreas, and there is the testes, and in the female there is the ovary, the uterus. All of these places release some substances which are mediators, neurotransmitters, and there are also at the same time receptors all over our body, in the skin, in the brain, in the heart, in the lungs, in the ovary, and also in the whole body. And these receptors are stimulated by release of these substances. If there is too much release of corticosteroids or cortisol, the body tends to act in a very flight or fight way. Your heart rate will increase, you will start to perspire, your hairs will rise on their end. But if there is release of norepinephrine, acetylcholine, it is just the opposite. You relax. Okay. So this is all in a very simple way I am trying to tell. You might go and read this actual information, the real one, not the false one, all over the net. There is a site called PubMed Central where they keep a record, keep a whole archives of the internationally accepted publication in the journals which are peer reviewed. You might go and read about it. Essentially, this is one about worry. So how to prevent this worry when there is such a complex thing? To prevent worry, one or two things one might suggest is try to take your mind away by not sitting in the same place. You might get up, move around, go and see out of the window, listen to the, maybe rustling of the leaves, if that is your situation. Or you might listen to music, or you might go back and read some books, or you might do exercise. Even walking up and down the staircase is a good exercise, gardening is a good exercise, dancing, people prefer dancing, swimming, badminton, tennis, according to your environment, according to what you have got. That is one to get free from this worry. You have to try it, you have to try it, you have to try it. Maybe you will be successful. Another one, what I have seen is, you write down your worries on a piece of paper. Worry number 1, I worry about the increasing price of petrol. Number 2, I worry about my children not being properly healthy. I worry about myself, my body is very sensitive to people whom I don't like. That kind of thing. Just examples. You make a list of that. After you make a list, you tear it up and throw it away. The idea is try to think, try to behave, try to condition yourself. My worries are now out of my head forever because I have thrown them away. Try all this if possible. And if you like to read more, as I said, go to the PMC site, PubMed Central, and read about this. This is not complete because this is very huge area, very large area, developing area, highly scientific, technical, but one can follow. It's not so bad, not so difficult. Okay, good.
भजे हरि को सदा सोहि परम पद पावेगा, सोहि परम पद पावेगा।